Hello, I'm Allison. I'm a junior here at Illinois State, and I'm a dietetics major. So today I'm going to be working with you on this counseling session, kind of talking about where you are with your nutrition, where you want to go, and just figuring everything out together.
All right, I'm Dylan, and I'm excited for this opportunity.
Yeah, it's nice to meet you. I'm excited to have you here. Was it cold out?
Not really. I'm like,
Really?
it's been cold in the past few days, but tonight it's actually kind of mild.
I'm happy about that. I hate the cold weather.
I like the cold, but I kind of like a break every
Yeah,
now and then.
that's for sure. So, before we get started on anything nutrition, could you maybe tell me a little bit about yourself, like your hobbies, what a typical day is like for you?
Okay. Well, I'm a senior over at ISU, so I'm there most of my time, but I also work in the produce department over at Hy-Vee.
You work at Hy-Vee.
I do.
That's crazy. In my hometown, I used to work at Hy-Vee in the salad bar back in Springfield.
Really?
Yeah. Do you like it?
It's not bad. Like the manager is funny, and the job isn't crazy terrible. So it's just
Yeah.
it just depends on the day, how busy it is, all that stuff.
I liked it over in salad bar back in Springfield.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I've heard great things about Salad Bar. But I go to the gym about 4-ish days each week.
Wow.
Then not much cardio except for work though. Work is basically just I walk the entire day.
So you're on your feet a lot at work.
Most of the day, yeah. But other than that, I don't really do much else besides for school, work, and gym.
So it sounds to me like you're on the go a lot. You're pretty busy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could see how that would be tough. So what days do you have class then?
I have class on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 9:30 until 2.
9:30 till 2, and then do you have work on all the other days typically?
Yeah.
On the weekends too?
Weekends, of my longer shifts, usually work 9 to 10 hours.
Oh wow. Bet
Yeah.
you're tired after those.
Super.
I can't imagine. So to start with our talk about nutrition, would you be able to give me a 24-hour diet recall if you can remember to the
Yeah.
best of your abilities?
Yeah.
And then can you tell me what time you ate each meal and try and remember portion sizes? But if not, that's totally fine.
Yeah. So last night I was working a night shift.
Mhm.
So around 10 o'clock I clocked in. But so I had 8 ounces of Jack Link's beef jerky around 1 a.m. or so. I had an energy drink with that because it's a night shift. I was going to be tired. I'd hardly help that. Then this morning, I didn't eat breakfast, but I was asleep until noon. So, but then I had Panda Express with a friend around 2 o'clock after my second class. And that was the first time that I ate the entire day.
What did you get at Panda?
I got orange chicken and Beijing beef with fried rice. And then before I came here, actually, I had a chicken breast with cayenne pepper and chili pepper and garlic powder, a whole bunch of other seasonings,
yeah.
and then white rice or jasmine rice and some sweet and sour sauce on it.
Okay, so do you typically have water with your meals, or does it vary?
I usually only have water. I try to cut out as much Gatorade and soda as I can.
Okay.
The only other drink besides for water that I really consume is a Monster or just energy drinks.
Yeah, with those long shifts, I don't blame you for
Yeah.
that. So you said you had a night shift, that's correct?
Yeah.
So that's probably not what a typical day looks like for you, I
Absolutely
assume.
not. No.
Yeah. But it's just nice to get kind of an idea of what foods you like to eat. And what it seems like to me is you like a lot of protein.
I love.
I saw a lot of chicken, beef, jerky, correct?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that makes sense if you work out a lot, you want to have as much protein as you can. So, it seems to me like your diet changes based on when you work
Absolutely.
and when you have school.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So could you kind of break down what foods you really don't like? So I know kind of what to not suggest to you.
Yeah. So basically, I'm not a huge fan of vegetables. So cauliflower and broccoli, I don't like at all.
Yeah.
And like there's like certain ones I like, sort of like I like carrots and celery, but only if it has peanut butter in it with the celery.
I mean, that's a good way to definitely incorporate some vegetables into your diet.
Awesome. But like if it's a fruit, I usually enjoy it. It's like oranges, apples. I'm not a pear fan, honestly,
Yeah.
but like avocados are super good, and so are the tomatoes and all that stuff.
I bet you have a pretty advanced knowledge about all that stuff since you
Oh.
work around it all day.
Oh yeah, I've been working around it for 5 years, so it's like
Oh, wow.
I know. Basically, if you know a fruit, then I know what to.
You know, when it's in season, when it's not. Yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome. So, with that being said, where would you like to go from today? Like, some goals that you have, maybe? What type of, like, would you want to incorporate some more fruits and vegetables in your diet?
I definitely need to incorporate
Yeah.
a lot more fruits and vegetables in my diet because, like, usually I only get one whole meal each of my day because, like, I'm just always moving or going somewhere else or in class. So I usually just have like a couple of Jack Links or
Yeah.
like a granola bar here, just like here and there. But like I never have like a time to like sit down and eat like a full meal
And I get,
usually.
so it's more about, like, convenience for you.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's understandable whenever you're on your feet all day, working out all the time.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
The craziness
get
of
that.
my schedule like sort of like makes it like so basically I eat out
Mhm.
just about daily.
So, how do you feel about that?
I'm not a fan. Like I know that I shouldn't be eating out, especially at the places that I go to. I usually go to like fast food places because it's fast, it's convenient. It's just like drive through.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Um,
but yeah,
I mean, there's nothing wrong with eating out a lot. It's more about what you get when you eat out. So we can work on that today too. Maybe try and figure out some better options.
Okay.
So if you don't have time to prepare your meals, then you can still go out to eat, but you don't, just get like food that is not very good for you or doesn't make you feel very good. So to get started, I kind of like to talk about my plate to my clients whenever we talk about kind of like a typical meal plan that we can make or like a good diet to follow. So are you familiar with my plate at all?
I've heard of it. It sort of just is like the new like food pyramid.
Yeah, exactly.
But like the plate is more like ideal
Yeah,
than
so,
like the pyramid is.
We can talk about this a little bit. So a typical plate is 9 inches. So that's what this is in reference to. And whenever you fall in my plate, it suggests that half of your plate is fruits and vegetables, and then the other half is grains and protein, but a little more grains than protein, and then dairy for a drink, but that doesn't have to be every meal.
Okay.
And I mean, I understand that you're busy, so this doesn't have to be every single meal for you. This is just some ideas if you do have time, maybe once a day to get like a full, complete meal of like what kind of stuff you could be eating.
Okay. So since I go to the gym a lot, would like or just like would the portions change, or is that sort of just like universal?
I mean, I guess I'm not really here to focus on portion size with you because you definitely are a very active person, so you're probably gonna, eat more than a typical person would. So pretty much just like the plate, it's just like a reference. So you could have like, a cup of strawberries and like a cup of I mean, I know you don't like broccoli, but just as an example, like broccoli.
Okay.
So it's more so about like what you're eating that I'm trying to like focus on today.
Gotcha.
Because portion sizes, it differs for every person.
Okay.
So yeah. And then like I said, do you like dairy?
Certain times, like I'm not a huge milk person, but if it's like chocolate milk, then I'm game.
Oh, yeah.
Or like I'm not sure if like almond milk is considered dairy or not, but I also enjoy almond milk.
It's really not so much the dairy that we like to focus on. It's more like the calcium and vitamin D.
Okay.
So if you're getting those from somewhere else, then it's not. You don't really need to worry about the milk or anything.
Gotcha.
So since you said you're on the go a lot, I actually have this sheet that has some like examples of how to have some quick on the go healthy snacks. So if we want to go over this right now. So I put fruits on here because, we need to get some more fruits in your diet. So these are a quick and easy snack, that can be consumed on the go. they're a good source of energy because they're a complex carb. So that's going to help you when you're in the gym, lifting those weights. Some popular fruits that I like to tell my clients about are clementines, bananas, apples with peanut butter, get some protein in there. Mixed berries like raspberries, blackberries, blueberries. Those are personally my favorite, so I always include them. I don't know if you feel the same. And also there's canned fruit. Typically they're a little bit cheaper, and you can store them for longer. There's also, those little fruit cups that you can buy.
Yeah.
Those are like a good on-the-go snack too. So how do you feel about?
I'm definitely in for the clementines and bananas and apples. Berries, I like berries,
Yeah.
but I feel like they don't fill me enough. It's basically just like if I get a thing of berries, I eat the entire thing, and just like I'm still not satisfied yet.
So yeah, like I said, that it doesn't have to be berries. Some more of the popular fruits, in my opinion. But definitely, if you have any other suggestions that you would like to add, are there any other types of fruits that you're a fan of that I skipped over?
I like peaches.
You like peaches? Yeah.
Peach and avocados are like.
Those are definitely a good. Do you say you're not a breakfast eater?
I usually don't, just because like I have class at 9 and I have to walk my dog before class, and so it's just like I get up at like 7. Walk my dog, shower, change, and I'm off.
Out the door.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say that could be a good, quick on-the-go on the way to class, like when you're driving there. But just a suggestion. And then vegetables, I know you said you're not a vegetable eater, right?
Nope.
But this is another quick and easy option, and it's a really good source of fiber. So, and I put kind of some combination of vegetables because I know a lot of people don't just like to sit there and eat like plain broccoli. So carrots and ranch, it kind of adds some more flavor. Celery with peanut butter, didn't you mention that?
Yeah, I did mention that.
Yeah, that's another good combination. You get some protein in there. And then veggie straws.
Veggie straws are amazing.
Those are good. And it kind of gives you the feel, like you're eating chips.
Yeah.
But it's good for you. So that's another option for you. Also, do you like hummus?
I love hummus.
That could be another thing. You could dip like carrots in it.
Would pita chips also be good, or is that sort of like a food I should stay away from?
Those would be fine. I would be okay with that.
Cool.
Those are probably a good source of some whole grain, which we're getting to next. So are we on board with some vegetables?
I'm on board with some vegetables.
And also another idea with vegetables, you can kind of like incorporate them into like meals. Like, do you usually cook for yourself or?
I usually cook for myself if I do cook, yeah.
Okay. Because I was going to say, if you ever make like a casserole, you could always, throw some vegetables in there, and you really can't taste them whenever they're thrown in with other stuff. So that's another suggestion, but like I said, whatever sounds best for you. And then the next thing that I suggest is some whole grains. So this is the part of the plate that goes with the protein, but it's a little bigger. The good thing about whole grains is they're packed with nutrients like protein, fiber, B vitamins, and antioxidants. And they also reduce the risk of several diseases like some cancers, heart disease, diabetes. There's obviously a lot of good traits that those have.
Yeah.
And these are typically more like snacky foods, which people don't really, they kind of miss over that. So some popcorn would be a good source of whole grain. Some whole grain cereal, English muffins, wheat thins even.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, I always thought that just, like, the whole grains were just, like, bread, just, like, go to the store, get, like, a loaf of, like, whole grain bread. But
yeah, that's an option. But
it wasn't in, like, all that
some
stuff.
Some snacky foods, yeah, definitely some easier options for being on the go. And then I put in some dairy products in here, too. Like I said, it's more about the calcium and vitamin D, but I feel like there's definitely a lot of good dairy options that I think you might like. I know you said you're on the go, but is there like a fridge anywhere you have access to when you're on campus or at work?
I have a fridge on campus at work and at home, yeah.
Oh, so that's not really a problem for you. So then, like I said, these are a good source of calcium and vitamin D. And then some good little snacks that you could get some dairy from are cheese sticks, yogurt, milk, obviously, cottage cheese. You can even make a smoothie And that could be a combination of a lot of these food groups. That's another way to get some vegetables in. You could throw some kale in there, some carrots, and you really don't taste it. I mean, it's an option. Based off that face, I don't think that's something you would like to do. But, yeah, you could get some fruit in there, some dairy. So that's a good option to kind of get all your meat more than one. It's like 2 birds, 1 stone. And then this is something I think you really hit well on with your diet, protein-based snacks. These are important because they're your building blocks of bone, muscles, cartilage, skin, and blood. So definitely pretty important. So it seems like you really like chicken and beef for your meals, but I mean for some snacks, some beef jerky, so like those beef sticks you said, trail mix, Greek yogurt. Do you like Greek yogurt?
I love Greek yogurt. It's like
I always ask, really?
Yeah.
Because some people don't like it. It's
Really?
definitely an acquired taste, I feel. Almonds,
I love all kind of nuts.
really?
Like the cashews when I probably go to.
You like pistachios? Those would be a good source too. And then fruit and nut bars.
I do have the nut bars, but I've never really tried the fruit bars that much since I was a kid.
Really? You like, like the Nutri-Grain bars
Yeah,
and stuff? Yeah.
Like the filling in it, or like.
Oh, yeah. Not a fan of those.
I wasn't when I was a kid, but I haven't really given them a second chance.
Oh, you're kind of like scarred from that.
Yeah.
So how are we feeling about this? Is this something you'd be interested in? You feel like you're ready for?
I feel like I can successfully do, or like, incorporate like most of these, but like there's a few that I don't like, but I guess I can like find like ways around it.
Yeah. And I mean, this
alternatives.
doesn't have to be like an everyday thing right off the bat. Like this is just something we can kind of work towards. Maybe like once a day you try and use one of these snacks from here, or like if you find something else that you find would fit in these categories. So this doesn't have to be like every meal every day, because that would just be, way too restrictive. You'd be like, I don't want to do this anymore. So I feel like maybe if we try once a day to incorporate like a good healthy snack or a meal that meets these requirements, are you okay with that, or would you want to do more or less?
I'd like to like ease my way in
Yeah,
first, just to
of
get
course.
used, like
To see how you
to
feel
it.
about it,
Yeah.
to see if it's even going to work, if we need to change some things around.
yeah.
So I feel like that's definitely a good start. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, you said you like fast food a lot.
I don't like it, but it's just there, so I eat it.
Oh, so it's more of just like convenience
It's
for
like
you.
necessity or convenience, yeah.
So what do you typically get when you go out to fast food?
If I'm on campus, then I either go to, Burger King or Wendy's, or there's a Taco Bell
Mhm.
not too far away. But if I'm at work, there's like Chinese meals over at work. I usually just get
The
those.
Chinese.
Yeah. But like I don't know, like the main places that I go are like Panda, McDonald's, and like Steak and Shake.
So it sounds like you like the Chinese food a lot
I
too.
love Chinese food.
So all those restaurants, I know people usually like associate fast food with being bad, but there's definitely like healthy options that you could choose there, and you wouldn't feel like you're eating, like you're ruining your whole day with fast food. Because how do you feel after you eat those foods? Do you feel good, or are you kind of sluggish?
Usually a tad sluggish, but I'm full, so I'm like,
You're satisfied.
it's part of the territory, I
Yeah.
guess. I've just learned to deal with.
So starting with that work, you said you get the Chinese a lot, right?
Yeah.
Well, since I used to work at Hy-Vee too, I kind of have an idea, because that's a great place to get some healthy options. They have everything, like anything you could think of. I know the salad bar. Have you ever thought about that?
I have thought about it, but I really haven't given it a true shot yet.
You haven't?
No.
Is it something about it? You just
Like, I'm just not a salad fan because I'm a lifter, so it's like I incorporate like salads with like losing muscle, and
Okay.
I incorporate like orange chicken and rice with like gaining muscle.
I understand that. Also, I don't know about the Bloomington one, but isn't there a hotline
Yeah.
So they have like baked chicken, don't they, and some roasted potatoes and some vegetable options. Would
Yeah.
that be something you would be?
Yeah. I'd be interested in that.
Because you don't have to completely give up the Chinese. I'm suggesting maybe like, how many days do you usually work a week?
Like 5 days a
Like
week.
5 days a week. Maybe try like 2 days a week to start off, trying to, stay away from more of the fried chicken and try and incorporate some baked chicken. Because you could still get rice with that if you're still wanting to stay that course. Would that be something you'd want to try? Or
Yeah, that'd be like. I don't get the Chinese food because I necessarily I don't like enjoy it, but it's like that's like my only meal for like 8 to 10 hours. So
Right.
I just want like the most like protein and carbs that I can get out of it. But if they have like a healthier version that I can get the same sort of like nutrients from
Yeah.
it, or like the same just like benefits from it, then I'm open to it.
So I would suggest maybe just try it and see how you feel throughout your shift. And if you find yourself like, wow, like I felt so much better, more energized after eating the Chinese, then we could not do that again. But I would encourage you to try it if you can. And then our next meeting, we can kind of talk about how you felt about that, how like you felt at work. Did you have a headache? Were you kind of lagging? So that's something we'll have to check back in on. And then when you go to other fast food places, my main suggestion would try and stay away from anything that says fried and try and incorporate some more baked in that.
Alright.
Would that be something you're willing to try?
Yeah, be good.
Okay, and then I also know instead of like fries at some place,